Orion must defeat Malekith to come out on top and protect his woodland. Hey, how's it going? My name is jackiefishhh and welcome back to some more Total War Warhammer 2. Today we are back with another custom map, and I'm really excited about this one because it's been a long time since we got a Wood Elf scenario, even just seeing the Wood Elves in battle. Mainly we get sent in, Dwarven battles with Dwarven custom maps, epic Dwarven Karaks, which don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about, but it's nice to see kind of a different change of pace and playing in the woodland areas. So hopefully this will be exciting and turn out to be a really good battle. So obviously, as I mentioned, we have the Wood Elves defending with a mighty force of 3,600 elves, and then attacking we do have Malekith leading his Dark Elves, and he is going to number about 3,800 soldiers. So quickly just taking a look at the map, it is kind of hard to see it all. We actually have an eagle up here. How cool is that? We actually have an eagle all the way up there, but yeah, it's a bit hard to see the entire map because it's covered by trees. We are in the forest after all. We do have a capture point outside. Let me just get my bearings quickly. There we go, cool. So we have over on this left-hand side, we have a capture point outside of the fortress, which I imagine the Dark Elves are going to clean up very quickly. And then we have a capture point in this kind of tomb area right here. Again, looking very cool. We kind of have to enter through the cave and then fight their way under the tree, which is very cool. And then they have kind of entrances back around here to the final capture point, which will be back here, kind of underneath the tower itself for the Wood Elves to try and defend. Looking at the forces, I guess we'll just use this again. Looking at the forces, we have a huge amount of archers on this left flank, numbering, quite a lot actually. They've kind of committed to a lot of troops around here to stop this flank from being overwhelmed. We also have a bunch of Eagle Riders and Glade Riders on the outskirts of the fortress, amongst with some more heavy infantry going to be guarding that central point. Then over here on the right flank, they've really gone hard with a lot of archers. They've got some of these Durthu's Chosen. We are obviously using glory mods, and if you guys want to check out any of the mods we are using in this battle, I'll make sure to link it in the description down below. But yeah, as I said, we have Durthu's Chosen, which are kind of like smaller variants of Durthu, who do look very cool. And obviously Durthu himself is just chilling back here, ready to spill some Dark Elf blood. Then fine, oh yeah, we also have this bad boy as well. I totally forgot about this thing, the Tree Spirit, is that what it's called? The Ground Spirit, sorry. It's just an absolute beast of a machine. Oh, not machine, I guess monster. It just goes ham and does so much damage. And again, here you go, here is the cave entrance right there, looking very snazzy actually, as they are ready to keep the enemy at bay and not give up 8 inch. I mean, that does look pretty spectacular. And then finally, for the Dark Elves, if we just take a quick little look, they have a few of these Dark Pegasus Riders kind of around the outskirts. Again, looking pretty badass as well, I'm not going to lie. They do look very deadly, that they can get a lot of enemy damage. Then for kind of the main assaulting armies, we do have these Rogue Knight Spearmen. Again, a real nice addition, looking very cool. Going back, we do have some of the Witch Knights. We have a Hydra back there. Some of these awesome looking... for a second, I thought I was like, oh, these guys aren't Reaper Bolt Throwers. Now, we do have some of the Khan Chosen. And then obviously Executioners on that right flank. Going over to the central point, again, more Hydras, more elite infantry, couple Dark Dragons, Black Dragons even, along with Malekith himself leading the forces. Then finally, on the left flank, we have another Dreadlord with sword and shield, and then kind of the main body of this assault with these Executioners and Blackguard. Obviously, we're always used to seeing Blackguard on the field of battle. So let's just go get this bad boy started. There is also a tower over here. I wonder what this is going to do. This is going to shoot stuff out, because I mean, look at the arc of fire it has. If we hover over it, you can see it has a pretty crazy arc of fire. So I'm really interested to see if this thing just shoots out like bolts or whatever, because modders have done a really good job at creating these interesting towers and stuff like that. So I'm going to make sure I try and keep an eye as best as possible on the map itself, so I don't miss any of the action. I think the first bit of engagement will be over here, and I think we will be seeing these units of Deepwood Scouts firing over the hill itself and hitting the oncoming attackers. I think they will also see them actually taking this really awesome looking statue right here, claiming this watchtower for their own. They have got some Rogue Knight archers being pushed up first. Again, this is just such like a sneaky battle right now, right? All the sides are trying to use the long grass to their advantage, trying to use the trees to hide their soldiers on both sides, because we are obviously in such a dense forest right now. These guys are Vanguard deployed, but unfortunately nothing for them to shoot at. So maybe the first little bit of engagement is going to be over here. We do have Malekith, or sorry, just a Dreadlord leading the right flank. We also have this, and a nice chill wind right there, ripping through the Eternal Guard with shields. What the hell is this thing? Oh, this is a Dark Drake. Well, this is really cool. It's something I've never seen before. like a mounted black dragon without wings. It's kind of like taking the wings off. Hey, how you doing, dude? Oh, yeah, he follows you, doesn't he? He like looks at you. He does not like being snuck up upon. So any more engagements right now? I think we're going to be seeing these guys moving over. The Dread Spear dude going over. We also have the Eagle Riders. Or Hawk Riders, I should say. I think they're called. As they do take a nice little dragon breath. They also actually get hit by these Pegasus Riders, which is not good. Oh yeah, there we go. The tower's shooting out. Whatever the hell that is. The Hawk Riders actually getting caught out a little bit. And they're going to be retreating back. Obviously, we need to be very careful. The Glade Riders as well, popping off some shots. And the Glade Riders are going to be doing some good damage to these flying units. But again, the Hawk Riders really shouldn't have been caught there. They should have been able to avoid that. And unfortunately, they weren't able to. At the moment, though, it's a slow kind of grind battle. We're having some missile fire back and forth at the cave. As we do have these Rogue Knight Archers dueling it out with the Wood Elves. And at the moment, it looks like the enemy, the Dark Elves are doing a great job here, whittling down the infantry back here, as well as the Glade Guard right here have been whittled down and are routing from the field of battle. And this is going to be really bad for the defenders. If they can't, win the missile engagement here, they're going to be really up against it because the enemy is going to be able to kite them to pieces. However, that's exactly not what they're going to be doing. They're going to be charging in with the infantry, and the Elven Spearmen are holding the line. I must say, the Wood Elf Spearmen are really, really cool. I remember the first time I got to see the Eternal Guard in action, and it made me so excited for Warhammer 2 and the High Elves. But I also feel like the Wood Elves feel so different to the High Elves themselves in just their armor and their equipment. More archer fire going over, and as I said, if they can't deal with that, they're going to be struggling. We do have the big bad boy Durfu coming up. He's making his way to the front lines. I can't wait to see him run through. Just be kind of careful, though. There is a lot of missile fire here. He's going to be popping some buffs up. Maybe a Flock of Doom, Sword of Day, reducing their armor, which is pretty good. Maybe shooting off a missile or two. The Hawk Riders are still being a bit of a nuisance here. Again, that's really all they can do. The left flank has not decided to push up yet. It's still biding its time, ready to push on. And I think, yeah, as I said, the main fight is still continuing on. I think this is smart by the attackers, not to overcommit, not to throw in both of their flanks until everyone is ready. Because at the moment, they've still got that huge central force making its way forward. Another chill wind going off there. As we do have one of the Drakes as he's diving over the chill wind. That was amazing. As my CPU melts a bit, my CPU just can't handle some of these effects. It annoys me. I don't know why it struggles so much. The good news is I'm going to be upgrading it at the weekend. So hopefully after this weekend, I should be able to, be able to be fine with that sort of stuff. As we do have more of the Hydra coming in, trying to set Durfu ablaze with the Grand Tree Spirit there as well. The Hawk Riders still being a huge nuisance there. I think the Hawk Riders actually have like a free reign of it around here. They do have this Feral Manticore, which got spawned obviously by the Beast lore. It's getting hammered by the artillery, but it's managing to silence these guys, and again, allowing these Hawk Riders just to hit away at them at a distance. But it looks like a lot of the Hawk Riders have made their way over here, shooting in, and we see that really cool tower unleashing the statue. And these Executioners don't have much missile block either, so they have to be very careful because, as you can see, their numbers are dropping down, and these Glade Riders are just going to run away. No need for them to still be engaged here whatsoever. They have their dragons out here as well, their forest dragons, which are going to be helping. Obviously, I imagine the forest dragon has to be somewhat careful. These black dragons will be able to take them out for sure, but this is a good amount of harassment. And then finally, on the left flank, we do have the missile off right now. We have the Rogue Knight Archers volleying up into the forest, but again, it's very hard for them to see what they're shooting at, whereas these guys have a protection of the woods. You can see arrows flying off there. And the Wood Elves are obviously very skilled at their missiles. Not so great in melee combat, but their missiles can just do so much work. And they have a lot positioned on this right flank, which will definitely help them out, especially if they can hit these Shades, maybe. The Shades don't have a lot of defense, no shields to protect them. So a unit like this will go down very quickly if they can focus fire on it. Already taking quite a few casualties. I mean, look at that rainfall right there of arrows. And whatever the hell this is. What the hell is that? That's like the thing from Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Oh, it's this guy. Oh yeah, it's for lore. Okay, so I'm pretty sure these guys are like lore characters, like famous characters for the Wood Elves. It's really, really cool, though. Good to see them in this battle. Over on the right flank now, we do have a bit of a melee engagement as these Glade Warriors have now been caught by the Executioners and we're going to get slaughtered. That is for sure. A net of Amantop pushed on here as well. Oh, that's actually the Wood Elf variant, which reduces missile resistance. Oh, it does look like, though, the city entrance has been completely overwhelmed, though. However, the Drake does look like it's going to be going down very soon. The Hydra is still very strong. The Tree Spirit as well is taking a lot of damage. Deathly's Chosen are still very healthy, but it does look like maybe these guys are going to retreat back as much as they can. That could not be a bad idea. Encourage the Dark Elves to pour in their forces. They still have a lot of soldiers left remaining. This artillery still comes pouring in. The Archer Fire getting some good hits off. And the Wood Elves are in full retreat now, trying to go back as much as they can. Does this lead anywhere? It does. So they can go all the way back through here. Back under... I love this. I love that there's a path back here. It'd be kind of cool maybe if it was a little bit closer. However, that's still very, very cool. And then they can come back here and defend this final stand right there. I really, really dig that quite a lot. Has this tower done much damage? I'm not really sure if it has. I've seen a few hits, but nothing too crazy. A lot of the shots just seem to be missing. So it doesn't really rack in too much. The missile fire is hectic, and the Dark Elf infantry have now been pushed in here. And this is where the Dark Elves are going to really shine in this battle. You know, they're going to do okay against the missiles, but coming up against the Wood Elf infantry, it's just not going to stand against the Dark Elves. However, Orion is a mighty combatant when it does come to melee. He is the embodiment of the forest. I'm sure he's going to be able to take out a few Dark Elves with him, even maybe take down this Hydra. The Hydra is getting focused down right now by the archers, by their special heroes. And I wonder how much HP that thing is on. The Hydra is actually kind of low, if I'm honest. It doesn't really look like it's... Oh no, it is actually pretty healthy. My mistake. But now a lot more missile fire is being focused on it. I think a lot of the elves have brought down their archers now, trying to avoid this vortex. But the vortex is just chasing them down, burning them as they run away. God, they need to do a little bait and switch there. Nice little sidestep. Yeah, all the archers have been brought back now, and it looks like the elves are in retreat already on pretty much all fronts beside the central flank. You can see the Wood Elves are really retreating back here, giving up this capture point right there. That is not good news whatsoever. And they are just simply falling back. We even done some of the crossbows here. I feel so sorry for this brave unit right there. They're about to get shredded. And they don't even have shields either. They're going to get slaughtered at this gatehouse if they're not careful. The Forest Wrath are going to need some support there. I'm just not looking forward to this. This is going to be a slaughter. If they can shoot, maybe they can't. Maybe they're being protected by the forest. No, it doesn't look like they're going to be going in. Murderous Paradise has now popped. And these guys are going to be holding the line now. The Asari Spearmasters are going to be keeping that at bay. Yeah, it does look like there's a magical fortress holding this. The Murderous Paradise being popped here is actually a really good time. Besides the left flank not really having a lot, it's going to allow them to push through this really, really nicely. That Hydra is getting extremely low though. Not sure how much longer it can survive for. And I definitely love the Wood Elves. The Wood Elves are a really fun faction, which I don't think gets enough love in Warhammer, especially in Mortal Empires. I see very few people playing the Wood Elves, and for me, they're one of my top 5 factions, I would say. As I imagine we're about to get another Chill Wind right here. I know we get a Flaming Skull, and that does a lot of damage, especially if it hits back here as well. That's a double whammy right there. The Flaming Skull just seems like such a powerful spell, burning so many soldiers in their wake. However, the Hydra has now been taken down. This is perfect. The Wood Elves might be able to win on this right flank. However, they obviously have to come up against a lot of these Blackguard units when they do finally push them. But this Archer arc is amazing for the Wood Elves. They can hammer and hammer and hammer away at the Dark Elves and do a lot of damage because their infantry is holding. And Orion is not, not someone to simply go down easily. He's still pretty much at full health. And if they just have like a Mage of Life or a Spell Singer of Life, they can bring all these guys back up to full health and move them around. The left flank obviously is not looking as healthy. Is Durfu standing here and fighting, or is he retreating? Oh, he is standing. He is looking to engage this by the looks of it. Yeah, he's looking to hold them. It's not a bad idea to retreat back here. The retreating back really opens up a better choke point. Yeah, but the previous choke point had been lost. Falling back here is smart by the Wood Elves, even though it doesn't look like they have been surrounded by these pikemen. But again, where the Wood Elves are going to, really push on is going to be in these choke point battles. Where did this ambush come from? Oh no, these are, sorry, for a second I thought these are Wood Elf units. The Tree Spirit is just chilling? Doesn't look like the Grand Spirit. Maybe the battle has a few desyncs. I'm playing this on the patch afterwards. so I assume this unit is dead. What happens with some of the minor desyncs is a lot of the time when the minor desyncs happen is a few units which are dead just normally kind of stick around on the battlefield but don't move. So I imagine that's what it is. But look at the rest of the battle is playing out absolutely fine. Nothing too crazy. So I think it is only a minor desync. So nothing too bad whatsoever. It's still going to be a crazy good battle. Flock of Doom going down this whole big portion of the Dark Elves right there. Taking down a lot of the enemies. Yeah, you can see it's maybe even break them. I thought the Wood Elves were going to get ruined here, but it does look like they are being broken back pretty heavily on both flanks, both the right and left flank. They're having to commit their reserves on this left flank, or I guess right flank if we're looking from the Wood Elves. They're having to commit their reserves. Look at Orion. Oh my god, I can't wait to see what Orion looks like in the laboratory. So if you guys haven't seen my channel before, I've been doing a bunch of laboratory battles with huge numbers and really funny, like, huge units and stuff. So make sure to check that out if you haven't already. I think I uploaded one yesterday. Definitely worth checking out. The Rainbow Fire from the Arch is still coming in. I think Orion's going to struggle well against the Black Guard. He's going to take a bit of damage, but he's just such a tanky unit. And it's going to be up to the center to break through, I think. Because they don't really have a lot of missiles in the center. But what the hell is this unit? These guys look sick. Are these the Sisters of the Thorn? They look dope as hell. Love that green color. That looks really, really cool. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be in the center where they're really going to have to fight on. But at the moment, it just isn't that they have enough right here. The dragons are just dominating this area and there's no missiles. The dragons need to come up themselves and kind of harass these guys. Finally, some of the crossbows are shooting. They can't allow the Wood Elves to have this much aerial combat. I know the Wood Elves are really good at, dominating the skies, but so are the Dark Elves. I think the Dark Elves have the best dragon out of all of them. The Black Dragon, I think, is the strongest. And that right flank has collapsed. Yeah, the right flank has completely collapsed. Whoever was leading this Dreadlord is not going to want to see Orion after this. Oh, the Tree Spirit is back. I'm not sure. Maybe it hasn't desynced. And the Tree Spirit, because normally what happens with the Tree Spirit, maybe it just got forgotten about and blended in with the terrain. I mean, they still have some elite soldiers left, don't get me wrong, and it does look like Durfu is going to be retreating some more. Yeah, he's going to be retreating back. So this is kind of a good, you stand your ground, hit the enemy, retreat, stand your ground, hit the enemy, retreat. So not a bad move there. So yeah, I guess the battle hasn't desynced. It does look like the center does need some help. There are some pretty elite Woodland Rangers. These guys are really good. But they're probably going to need a few more soldiers. I mean, honestly, the Dark Elves just need to pour their cavalry down here. They need to pour their dragons down here and just make this breach. Because it is just a normal settlement and not a proper siege. There's no way to smash down these walls, unfortunately. I mean, they're very, very stuck here. They have a real strong amount of infantry there. I mean, Ban's power is still very much in the favor of the Dark Elves. They have the unit advantage right there as well. 1,900 Dark Elves still left remaining. Durfu is not going to give this up without a fight bow. That is for sure. The Archer fire bow. Have they got some more archers up here? Oh, yes, they have. Perfect. This is a great move there. Moving the archers up here are going to allow them just to hammer away. I think they've won this right flank really easily, if I'm honest. They're going to be able to clear up whatever's here. Orion is still super tanky. Archer Firebow, yeah, nice. This is exactly what needs to happen for the Dark Elves. They need to take the central point and now just funnel all their units through here. Open up the field of battle as best as they can. They've got a couple units out here. A couple units of executioners going toe-to-toe with the Woodland Rangers. Wildwood Rangers, I should say. Some cavalry moving in as well. But now the entire Dark Elf army needs to push in, and that's exactly what we're seeing. This is very, very vital. This army over here on the right flank as well cannot give Durfu a moment's peace. They need to continue to harass him, make him slow up, so that his army over in the central point can, win this day. Because I think the Dark Elves will easily win this if they just commit enough men here. But if Durfu turns up in time, if Orion turns up in time, I think the Dark Elves don't have a chance. Just because of what they have left. They have so many good archers still left remaining. But this is a real good move here. Good push here by the Dark Elves. This is an all or nothing move right now because the center is really the only flank that really dominated the battle. So if the center flank does fail, the right flank got broken by Ryan. Durfu was allowed to retreat from the left flank and pretty much won it. I think if he would have stayed, he would have won. But the reason he is retreating here is to just reinforce his central flank. Nice little Earthblood being cast on this infantry. It's going to give him a bit more HP. And Durfu is just around the corner. You have some scouts right here. Rest of the infantry moving in. Yeah, this is a good move by Durfu. I definitely rate this kind of retreat right there, because they are going to give up the central flag if they're not careful. And if they take the central flag, then it's all over. Right flank bow is going so well for the Wood Elves. The Archer Fire is just coming in, brutally taking out so many of these guys.
Drive them back!
The Black Guard are still holding though. That's the thing, the Black Guard have done a great job at keeping the enemy at bay. Orion had to pull out of there a little bit. I guess to maybe rekindle some of his HP. And even though I was saying that this right flank has gone so well, the Wood Elves are taking heavy casualties over here. I mean, I think they're going to win just because of the sheer amount of archers they still have left remaining. But the Black Guard are still holding their own and could have maybe have won this if they could have got into their fortress. Unfortunately, they were left outside. Orion has gone back in now to hopefully try and turn this, because he needs to get to that central flag as soon as possible as the Wood Elves continue to go in. Durfu has now finally arrived with his reinforcements, his archers being the first unit in, and they're going to be trying to focus down Malekith with everything they've got. Khorne's chosen right there holding in. Infantry going in. These Witch Knights are going to be able to slaughter these Sisters of the Thorn if they're not careful. A lot of the other Glade Riders as well have run out of ammunition, so I think they're going to come flying in here, look for a good charge. Yeah, she kind of wrapped these guys up pretty nicely. Executioner's going in. Goddamn, the Executioners look so goddamn clean. Look at them. Just marching into battle, sword over their shoulder. Very nice. Yeah, all this Archer Fire is here now. Going to be hammering away. Especially trying to, if they take down this Hydra as well, I think it's going to turn the battle. Yeah, especially routing the Hydra as well. If they can kill it, I think that would be really useful. Now, you have to be careful. There's still reinforcements coming over here. How's the Tree Spirit doing as well? Out of interest. There's some Durfu's chosen here, cutting down the Executioners there. The Tree Spirit dead? Or is it still just chilling over? The Tree Spirit has gone down. No! It's such an awesome unit. I'm sorry I didn't show more of it. I really should have. But the main fight is here right now. Trying to take down that Hydra, trying to take down these generals as best as they can. Archer Fire, there's a pretty nice arc of missile fire here. These these crossbowmen can hopefully start hitting Durfu pretty well. Orion has completely crushed that right flank though. Very nice work by him. Dark Elves just don't seem like they have a lot left now. They still have 1,000 soldiers. They still outnumber the Wood Elves, but just in quality, I feel like the forces of the Wood Elves just really do outmatch them. I love how the Sisters of the Thorn just glow. They look so cool. See more of the Archer Fire going in. The dragons are dominating. Durfu is going to come flying in, take on these Chosen. You have a nice flaming sword. Well, look at my Glade sword. It is just as good. Or Amber sword, sorry. Durfu is like, I think Durfu is one of the coolest animations for a general, for a legendary lord. So many, like he just sticks his foot in the ground, roots come up and hit them, whips them away, especially when he sticks his sword down in the ground as well. It looks so cool. Especially in that animation as well, he's crushing them in his foot. This battle has definitely reminded me of how much I love the Wood Elves. They're a pretty goddamn boss. There are still plenty of knights left remaining with the Dark Elves, so I guess don't count them out yet. As we do start to see some of the Dark Elves starting to turn up now. And this is going to force the defenders to turn around their flanks and try their best to take these guys down. I mean, by the looks of it, a lot of the forces of the Dark Elves have actually dominated this area. There's not really a lot left here for the Wood Elves. Luckily, they have reinforcements turning up now, all their archers, but is it going to be enough? Obviously, we have Orion over here on the right flank as well, with a few brave soldiers. I'm really hoping this battle isn't going to desync right at the end. There's only a minute left, and I'm hoping one side is going to mass rout. Because there is only 50 seconds left, and I honestly do not hope. I mean, this has been a cool enough battle that I'm still going to upload it. There's some battles where I watch it and it desyncs and I just can't upload it. I think this battle has been cool enough to come up, and I'm hoping that there's going to be a mass rout on either side. Because at the moment, this battle is so goddamn close.
We are relentless.
But if it does end, I think I'm going to have to give it to the Dark Elves. They still have a lot of good units left. A lot of executioners, and the Wood Elves are out of ammunition. I think that's the main thing. The Wood Elves are out of ammunition, so because of that, the Dark Elves, I think, would have won the day. It does look like this battle is going to desync. It's so annoying. It really is frustrating. Unfortunately, I didn't get to this replay quick enough. I will try in future because I've had a good string of no desyncs, but it was really unfortunate that this one did end up desyncing and is going to round out. But I'm going to give this battle to the Dark Elves. If you look in the comments, I'm sure my Discord are going to let you guys know who won the battle. I'm going to go ahead and give it to the Dark Elves for winning that one, just because I feel like their infantry would have been able to win the day. Granted, like Durthu's a beast, Orion's a beast, so actually maybe not. Maybe the Wood Elves would have won that one. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. The Wood Elves still had Orion. They still have that Forest Dragon right there. And some pretty puny infantry left remaining. But Orion and Durthu are really strong. The Dark Elves still had Malekith left remaining. Even though it was kind of lower Hydra. A lot of good infantry. So let me know in the comments. What do you think? Who do you think would have won? That's such a shame. But it really annoys me when these battles desync. There's only so much I can do to show them off. But, you know, again, the main thing is there. We showed off a map. We showed a cool little engagement. So hopefully you guys enjoyed nonetheless. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to drop a like and a comment if you did enjoy. And, yeah, fish out.